It's going to come in what's called the spring slide period. So, and there's nothing that we can do about that. So the choice is, our priority is this, is safety. So we can't, just so you know, we cannot mitigate, which means we can't actively manage the slide area until everyone who's in the designated slide area agrees to leave. And we think probably about, it'll be once we have everyone out, take about 6 hours. So if we can get it done in the morning, everyone should be back no later than dark. This is the thing, it's not a clean kill necessarily. They can go up there and they could drop 8 or 10 bombs, and they could get the perfect world. From one extreme is that they drop their bombs, everything slides, it stays controlled, we lose no homes. That's the perfect world. They could go up and drop bombs, and very limited stuff sloughs off, and we're right back to where we are right now. And they'll say it's unstable. And they said literally, if the sun changes in 3 or 4 hours, something that didn't go with explosions could go on its own. Because I think we all understand that, you know, what the sun does, it loosens things up, creates layers in the snow. So that's the problem. My decision, because it's a city road, has to be, I'm not allowed to I can't clear the road until the threat is mitigated. It's just, I can't, because they say it will come off, and we'll put the drivers, the excavator drivers, dump truck drivers, in way too much risk. So that's the long and the short of it. So I guess as a community, all need to come together, see if you wanna, if we want to pick a 6-hour time frame, roughly, where we can allow the mitigation. There is a storm coming on this side tomorrow night, or Monday night, and they say it's going to add snowpack to it, and we're going to add snowpack is going to add now until the snow literally stops falling. They said it's still winter up there. Most of you look like you probably know that already. So there's more snow coming, and it's incredibly unstable right now.
What's the first availability for someone to take care of this?
What's that?
What would be the first availability for them to detonate if we were able to get out?
Well, the threshold is everyone has to be out. We've got to confirm every person in the threat area is gone, because we're not going to risk life. And you know, if one person says no, then the whole thing stops. Then we will not mitigate, and then we will not plow the road.
So we're already getting feedback that individuals don't want to go. So you got about 20% of folks that are up there that don't want to leave their homes.
Well, as a community, you guys are going to have to come
figure it
together. We don't do forceful evictions. This is a community decision.
So other than the concern of the people that are living in that area, is there a way to punch a road down West River to go through to where the people decide they
You mean
don't
on the
want
snowmobile trail?
Yeah.
We're looking for Scott knows the guy. He lives in Oregon. He owns that piece of property. We can't take the property. It is a road bed. It's got drainage. He created drainage, but it's of course grown over. We've all been on it. We can make it in a day and a half. We can turn that into a road
With his permission.
once we get his permission.
We're waiting.
That would
Don Gross?
I don't know the name.
That's what it is.
Worst
So-
case scenario,
If he can get his permission, make
people
that
lose
happen,
their homes.
because that needs to happen.
What happens to them?
I'm being told right now that the muni is responsible.
Which means what?
Now, if you lose your home, if we mitigate and your home is destroyed, I'm being told, and you cannot take this to the bank, because we got lawyers working on this right now, and our risk management office is talking with the state risk management office, and because there's liability on both sides. But if we trigger something deliberately and it damages your home, then the city itself is liable.
Fine with that.
Property taxes are going up. Remember, the city's
Everything's going up.
I know. The city's
trapped over here.
Yeah, the city's self-insured. Anyways, that doesn't matter. The other thing is, I know the risk area is, we're now thinking it's going to get bigger, because the experts say we start dropping bombs up there, and they're wondering if the impact will go all the way to the gravel pit.
It will.
So, and then that way to the north, there's the next valley. So that footprint got way bigger than we thought here this morning. Yes, sir.
Are you saying you want the entire valley, everyone?
No.
Exactly.
No, they will determine a risk area. They'll put it on the map. There's somebody's got a Facebook page of this.
Is that happening right now?
It is changing though. This danger zone has changed. When we were here last night, our house was not in the danger zone. As of your OEM's declaration this afternoon, we now are. As someone in the danger zone, we are not going to evacuate until the city has, in writing, told us they will be liable for any damage caused to our property.
And that's what we're looking at right now.
So that's what we would need as a homeowner.
Yeah, no, and I'm
Well, we
completely
understand.
sympathetic to that. So,
And is the reverse true that if it just goes naturally, then the reverse would be true, it is up to the homeowner, there's no municipal action.
oh, that's correct. Yeah, that's the way it's always been for y'all up there.
Just wanted to make sure we have the two sides.
Yes, sir.
If we do mitigate, what's the time frame to actually have snow removed and people can get in?
Well, there's two projects. There's one building the road, which is 500 or 600 yards or something like that, and then that's a day and a half after
Once
we sign
we
the
get
contract.
permission.
What's that?
Once we get permission, correct?
Yeah, it's God or somebody will find that guy, and we'll work. Then the lawyers will figure this out. But then the road, the actual, it could be almost a week to clear that. That's what I'm being told.
I got a question. What about power? So we're in that neighborhood where the
Yeah.
slide is. Okay, what about power?
We were just looking at that, and they cut the wire. I was told that the wire didn't come down naturally because of the slide. They cut it. MEA or whoever does we saw them up here last night and then this morning. So that's not a decision we make. I can't believe they. And we could come across the road further down, string a line, and do temporary poles. That's and then just tie in at
Were I talking to
he's the first one.
talking to the MEA guys yesterday when they were hooking up the temporary power over here? They said let's get this. That was the MEA guys.
Well, then we got to truck in gas. I think everyone's probably got a generator here. I've got one, and I live in South Anchor, so we got to get a road open because hauling gas by the barrel and sleds is probably not real feasible. And can I ask up here how many people total are from the slide uphill?
About 140.
No, I guess I need a number 140, 150, something. Okay, that's the same numbers that the fire department's been giving us. So, can I any more questions? I'm here to answer questions.
What about
Oh.
schools for the kids to get from school? Is there a plan for that?
That hasn't come into the issue yet.
You know what? If you give me your phone number, I'll check. I have a meeting with the superintendent on Monday at 8 o'clock in reference to this. We'll work on that.
In the back.
Is that trail open for, heard it was emergency only? It's, the trail we've been using to get to the other
The
side.
snowmobile trail?
Yeah.
No, that's open.
We're good to use that as a means to get to work.
Yeah. Just if you're gonna leave a snowmobile one end or the other, just don't be conflicted so people can access parking in
I'm
the
walking
trail.
it. I got my truck on the other side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've used it multiple times, so it's open. It seems to be pretty firm. You can walk it, and then certainly in the morning you'll be able to walk.
What's
It's
the
not
plan to
firm
try to
anymore.
verify that
We had to push our bikes because it's
we're not going to start tonight, tomorrow? When's the plan to bomb and what's the time?
We have to know. We've got to talk to everybody. I've signed an eviction notice. But it's. I'm not going to throw people out of their house. I don't do that. But the community's got to come together and as a group and figure out who's going to be the holdout. I don't know.
Sorry, that's my question. Also, the community, or are you guys going to go door to door and find out specifically who's not
We are
going
going to
to
be required to go
We've been
door to
reaching
door
out.
to make sure no one is in a house in the first place. So there's probably 2 or 3 iterations of the fire department or the police department going door to door, because for our liability, we got to make sure if elderly persons or single persons living alone, we got to make sure that person is not in that building.
When is that gonna take place?
How do we find out?
We have yet to be
When
contacted.
when we've got to create a mechanism to find out who's not going to leave.
We don't know what that mechanism is yet.
I do not know what that mechanism.
If that's 20% over there, he's got the whole community right here to figure it out.
Wait a minute. If they punch that road, then the rest of the people that aren't affected aren't gonna care about that 20% anymore.
That's right, and
That's
if I'm
not
in
fair.
that 20%, we're leaving tonight. We're leaving tonight. Okay, we'll go back here and there and check on stuff, make sure generators are running, keeping our food cold.
Your pipe freeze, you're done with all that.
I care about the 20%, and I'm not in there, I'm back there, but I care.
So, but guys are worried about losing their houses.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, and I'm
Is there any kind of communities that, do you have a community organization here?
They do.
There's a South Fork Community Council. Hiland Community.
Huh?
South Fork Community
Hiland
But
Community.
we don't have any internet at our house because we don't have any power.
Yeah.
We
Are
can't
you,
check
do you
this
guys
stuff.
have the ability, I'm Jamie Allard, I'm your assembly person, do you guys have the, access to phone, texting, stuff like that?
Sometimes. So wait, sometimes. There's no
So what I'm gonna do for the mayor, I'm gonna give you my cell number, and if you guys need, I'm here, we're gonna do it full-time, 24/7, I don't care, whatever you need, we're here to do that.
I want to ask what's the timeline on this in writing guarantee that she wants for if you guys bomb and it takes out my house? Is there a timeline when that in writing thing? Because I want the road for half to be.
Yeah, I do not have the time frame, but I'll get the time frame. The governor I got on a snowmobile and came here. He had just made the decision that he authorized me to make the decision to do the bombing.
So, question.
Oh, and she's reminding me, we did an emergency declaration, and that starts bringing a lot more assets to the table and stuff. Yes, ma'am.
Did you say there's a weather system moving in a few days?
The mountain rescue folks just told us, yeah, they're tracking that.
If that's
Monday night.
in, then does that prohibit helicopters from coming in and evacuating? So if people aren't willing to leave or
Yeah,
stay
that
behind at that
we
point?
don't know what the visibility can, because as you know, it's a vertical drop, so they got to get at the top, destabilize all the snow.
Hey guys, two things I think should happen. One is the attorneys are working on legal aspects with the homeowners that are in a danger zone from falling.
Yeah.
That road from West River to Birdsong should be going on. We don't know how long this is going to be and what's going to happen once the snow slides. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
So this is a long-term project.
Well, that is long term. This one here is
We're
pretty
getting
quick.
permission from the owner of the
Yeah,
property, so once we get it, it's probably gonna be
We're
very
working
soon.
the permission.
And if you guys put that road in, 80% of the people here are not gonna be as concerned to get back and forth.
I'll be honest with you. For me, I don't know if there's a disparity or a
20%, we got you.
So
if there's a disagreement between this side and that. I don't care about that. We'll fix the
focus on that. I promise, I swear.
So I've been told that for everybody who doesn't have cell service in certain parts of the valley, that the providers can boost signal because when the earthquake happened, they were able to do that.
We have a
But that-
booster truck down the road here right now. I did not know that it doesn't reach up here. So
No, it does not. You
It does
can't-
not.
No. So, but
all right, that's something we can maybe fix if we get another
Because
booster
it's a line of
truck
sight
up
there.
here. somewhere. What's that? All right, that's the first I've heard of
Yeah,
it.
it's a line of sight thing. The tower is there. So if you're over there, which is where our house is, bottom of the slide,
Yeah.
there's no cell service.
Okay.
No internet,
That was
no
about
power,
a 30-foot tower. I was just overlooking at it.
There's
So.
no service
We
down
haven't
there.
had cell service out here for 20
So
years.
question, when you're talking to the residents in the area and they're refusing to evacuate, what terminology are you using? Because I know one of our neighbors is from that location and he said he will not evacuate, but then when we clarified it could be a matter of hours, he said, oh yeah, I do that. So it's,
Okay, we're hearing that a lot, and so we need to be prepped as a municipality to time this. So, and when we build that plan and we get the timing, then we got to communicate with everybody and say, let's just pick a day, 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday. We need to start the evacuation because at 1 p.m. we're gonna drop bombs so you can get back to your house by 6 p.m. It's got to be that tight.
We have to go house to house, nobody is
is there a way to mark their houses once people are gone and they've confirmed they're not coming back? Can you like mark the house?
The police, they just put a name on it and they'll do it. But if one person gets hurt or killed here, this is a real disaster.
who do we talk to officially? We've changed our minds since last night. We wanted to evacuate when they came by our door last night, but we've now evacuated for up to who do we actually contact to let them know, yes, we have changed our mind, we're gone.
If somebody goes door to door, there's
not-
nobody.
Left a message on the door.
Ready?
Yeah.
854, area code 907.
Yeah.
If your neighbor has a cell phone,
Walk
We're
next door,
tracking.
We gotta get you guys.
When they came through the first time, we
I'll take the class.
Great.
Does anybody have any more questions?
854-5349.
Yes, ma'am.
Put it together.
5349, 854 5349.
Yeah.
That's your number?
854-5349 with the 907 area code. There
Yeah, I
are
just-
other people around that do have Wi-Fi. They have power
Okay,
up. It's
Jamie,
walking
we got to get
distance.
through the questions. Yes, ma'am.
Just reach
That
out.
road opens up, will there be some form of, I hate to use the word guard, to keep just general people from now coming up and looking at all this? Will we have to show that we can look?
That's a tough one. Because it's a public road. And this isn't considered a gated community. That's a private function.
I'm talking about the one that you put through.
This snowmobile trail. I will ask the question. Just my gut feel is knowing how government works and lawyers work. That's a tough one to bar a certain select group of people from public property.
Safer through traffic for residents only.
Yeah, we could put up a sign. That'd be easy.
And is your concern just having more people in the business?
Well, I was just wondering if we could be having this prove that we live up here.
Yeah, that's.
We're trying to go back and maybe.
Well, because the cops are down there now doing that.
Well, they're on the other side.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
Because I don't have
So-
anything that shows, well, my address, my license.
Yes, ma'am. Well, the entire state government, and that was a commitment by Governor Dunleavy, and then the entire municipality. I mean, we've had senior staff here late last night. I was here at 6 in the morning with all the lawyers. Oh, Jim Kennedy from DOT, he's been managing for 40 years. Girdwood Avalanche, the entire Turnagain Arm Avalanche for 40 years. He's still down, I think, at the fire hall. When I was just there, I was talking to him. He answered that, and no, this is a 40-year event. The last one they think was in like 1971 or 74 or something. So this because the snow load and the type of snow that we got, and the heat and cold cycles, it's a perfect storm. Yeah, and the Mountain Rescue Group has been here since last night. And yeah, and they've just said it, and I got to keep it in simple terms for me. It's coming down. It's going to come down whether we force it or not. So my thinking is, you can tell me if I'm wrong, is that if we let it go, people are going to be more inclined to come back to their houses and play that game of chicken. And then if it does go, more people are going to be living in their houses and they're going to be in jeopardy. If we evacuate everybody in a brief period of time, we mitigate, we're probably going to lose homes. I'm just here to tell you, we're probably going to lose homes unless we get real lucky. Well, that's property damage. And then we've done that. And then the people come back in, and then we as a community, we recovered. But loss of life, I tell you, we've written our priorities. It's people and then property in that order. Yes, sir.
So, if they try to set off slide and it doesn't slide, is there a time period that they're going to have to wait to say if it's safe or not?
Don't know. He just says that that is a possibility. He says we may not get the effect. We may blow things up. I would imagine they would try and come back at a later part of the day and see if they can try it again. We got lots of explosives, that's not a problem. And the governor's just committed assets to us, which includes the helicopter and the explosives and then the people that do it.
So are you saying that these folks that are near the chute, if their houses go with when you do the blast, they're going to be made whole?
That is what I was told by our lawyers here just a little bit ago. I am not making that commitment now, but I'm just talking to Amy Domboski. She's been living at the firehouse since yesterday. She says she can't conceive of an environment where we are not obligated as a municipality. If we trigger the slide, the damage is the problem.
Seems like a deal to me.
Well, we were just talking to a guy on the well, it was somebody that won't come up. And he said he was, yeah, I'll take that deal. I need new windows. You're down in the weeds. I have no idea on that. Yeah, I'm not going to answer that one. So, yeah. So yes, sir.
I have a question a little long term. Yesterday I discovered what a great job your folks did down at this trail at the end of the road here. And kept that going, and they were helping on the other side. And I congratulated a few of you guys with the MOA on them.
That's partly correct.
Oh, okay.
That it was their snowmobiles, their standings that we ran up here, and they're just shuttling people both ways.
Well, at any rate, it might be good to have someone look into the feasibility. It's probably been talked about for 30 years of extending paving on through the same place. Now, I understand that's a private property of Mary Gross.
Oh, that's where's Scott? Oh, Scott.
Is that right?
We got to find the person, ask the person.
I think they're out of state. It's like an 80-acre parcel.
Oh, I've heard the same.
Absolutely, but after this is said and done,
Well, it's actually pretty exciting the way we did it. Anyway, and that's why
yeah, Mike Momsky, we'll put that on the mayor's corner. It's called muni.org. He's up to the left button. Mayor's corner. You hit on that, and we'll put a page on that, and we'll just start pumping that with data. We've got the maps in there. Just so you know, and I want to repeat that what they call the risk zone or the damage zone, you can see on the map, it's a lot, mitigation is going to be a lot bigger than we were thinking.
And you're saying if one person refuses to evacuate, it's all off?
In the mitigation zone, yes. Now, there is this notion that we can seek an indemnification from that person, and then I'm just telling you what the process is. I was just told this. They go to the person, you got to sign this document, it's got to be witnessed, and then we hand you a magic marker, and you roll up your sleeve, and you say, would you please put your social security number, write it, because that's how we identify bodies. And that's not a joke. I'm just telling you, because we're going to make it easy on us to identify you at the end of the process.
So, if one person refuses and the whole process is off, is there any plan to talk about some way to get 100% people out, maybe an additional road put in, like we're doing over here for us?
Yeah, there was a notion, somebody had that earlier, I was talking to him. There is an access for a road to kind of cut through. I'm not familiar with it. We're looking at all the options. We've got all the maps out in the fire hall. We're stacking them up. We got a lot of people way smarter than me working on this.
It sounds like electricity is probably going to happen either way, right?
Well, I looked at I'm standing there for an hour here with the governor. That wire looks like a nothing place. And then there's, I think he said there's 50 homes on that one wire. I think is what he told me. And so you get that in, boom, it's done, and that's that basin down there. So. Yeah, the basin down there. Yeah.
Well, there'll be
yes,
a way. I'm curious how many here might be of that 20%, and if
there's any mechanism for you to gather, either Zoom or at another meeting or phone call, that 30% of the meeting where you can really address some concerns that maybe are not being voiced here, or hate to have someone who is refusing to evacuate, not even at this meeting, and stop them.
I did.
How we can, as a community, help you get that people in the bubble.
Yeah, I'm here to try to create unity in this community. I don't know about the 80-20 split here. That's not my business as a community. I'm just trying, if everybody that is saying that they don't want to evacuate, maybe it's 8 or 10 people, we just go up and we talk to them. We say, hey, you know, we can get through this. It'll take a day in an almost perfect world, and then you're back at your house by 6 o'clock tonight. Is that okay? And a lot of people, we're all pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I would say the 80-20. I thought you were saying you had some numbers like 20% of the valley that was in the evacuation.
Oh no! Somebody said there's a 20% over here. I don't know what that means, but I think it's 20%
Oh, no,
of the valley.
what they were talking about, the people at this meeting, only 20% of us live in the chute.
Yeah.
So, but of that 20% that of the people,
It was the people in the area
there's maybe
that are
5 people that don't want to go.
It was about 20% of the people in the
So I
area.
don't think there's any tension in the community. It's just
Oh,
we're
I'm sorry. I read into that wrong.
No, we're
It's the
saying.
West River versus South
Battle down there in the creek. Yeah, I get
We're going door to door.
Jamie has a phone number that at some point the people who change their mind text that.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be a keeper of it. Oh, we're missing 5 families.
But that is the police and fire department. They're going to come out here, go door to door, and then we're going to do a checklist. That's got to be precise. We don't get to make one of them.